So, okay. So we are in public session. It's Tuesday, October 8th, 5 o'clock, and call to order the Board of Directors meeting for Temple University. First, I'd like to have the President remark. President.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just want to say that thank you for this opportunity. I also want to say that this is a little bittersweet for me because this is my last full meeting of the board in my capacity as president. So I want to start with thanking this Board of Trustees, our world-class faculty, our dedicated staff, our amazing alums, our talented students. Thank you for all your support for Temple University. Thank you for your support for me. Truly, all of you are amazing. I feel really good as I get ready to step aside on November 1 because John Fry will be coming. And I just want to say I've worked with President-elect Fry for many years, a colleague, I consider him a friend, and he is the perfect president to take over. He will take us with this board, with our faculty, with the entire university, literally to new heights. So I want to applaud this board for making that choice because you really have ensured a great future for Temple University. And I want to salute this board. The work that you do is selfless. It's not easy. You're constantly doing everything you can to uplift this university, and you are some of the strongest advocates of our students, our faculty, our staff, and our mission. So I also want to take just a moment to salute our faculty members and students. To our faculty, I say you're the very best. I know you'll continue to provide excellence in education, research, and engagement with the community. Our faculty stands out as one of the very best in the world. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Thank you to our faculty for all you do to make Temple University great. To our students, you're the reason I run the business. You're the reason why Temple's here. You're the reason that this institution continues to thrive. I look forward to watching you as you develop. I know so many of you, you will do great things in life, without a doubt. And let's not forget our dedicated staff members. You're tireless in the support of our faculty, the support of our students, and the support of our great mission. And I also want to give a shout out to our wonderful North Philadelphia neighbors. You continue to make this university stronger through a wide range of community partnerships that we truly, truly value. I know from firsthand experience, many years here, now almost 49, just how great the Temple family is, just how great each of you in terms of what you do for Temple University. Let me take a moment and point out one person in the Temple family who has been especially great in Temple's history, Daniel Paulette, former chair of this Board of Trustees, who passed away last week and whose funeral occurred today at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Dan never attended Temple, but through his leadership on the health system, through his leadership on this university board, spanning three decades, he embraced all the basic values of Temple. So I can truly say that Dan was Temple mate, but he's more than that. He is also one of a very select group of people who aren't just Temple made, but they also became Temple makers. And that is so true of Dan. He had an enormous role in shaping the Temple of today, and he left us with a legacy that will live on for generations and generations to come. Rest in peace, Dan. You were instrumental in making Temple great, and providing the path for thousands of students to excel in the university and in life. So in closing, I just want to thank everybody for everything that you do for Temple University, everything you've done for me. You've inspired me. Everyone here has inspired me, Temple University, in so many ways. No greater honor to me than to be with this really select group of colleagues, friends. I love you all. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know I said it in executive session, but I'll say it again in public session. You have been an amazing leader in this university, always come through when we needed you, and you're not going anywhere. So we're gonna continue tapping your brain, all the things that you have given to us, you're gonna continue to give to us, but you changed the university as well. Thank you so much. Okay, guess we're gonna move to approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion?
So move.
I've seconded it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's move to the governance and nominating committee, trustee Greenberg.
Now I see why Phil wanted me to do the speaking. I had to follow Dick. And I am speaking for Phil when I make these resolutions. And I am mindful that it is the Phillies game, so I'll do them quickly. The first is that the Board of Trustees, upon nomination and recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, duly elect Mitchell L. Morgan as Chair of the Board of Trustees of Temple University to serve until the next annual meeting of the Board of Trustees in accordance with the bylaws of the university. And I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll abstain.
Chair abstain. Good. And I'll make that recommendation when I get to another one in here. The next item on the agenda is election of a new trustee, and I'll take this one separately as well. That the Board of Trustees, upon the nomination and recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, elect Pedro Ramos to the Board of Trustees of Temple University for a 4-year term effective immediately in accordance with the bylaws of the university and set forth in agenda reference 3, and I so move.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr.
Chairman.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next, there's,
For 40 years I've been here.
we have, one more election, of trustees. Let me just put these together. We have, election of trustees to this board. Let me cover that separately. The Board of Trustees re-elect the individuals listed below to the Board of Trustees of Temple University for a 4-year term, 2024 to 28, effective immediately in accordance with the bylaws of the university. They are Barry Arkle, Stephen Charles, Susanna Lax, Lonnie Mulder, and Bill Richards. I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, and I assume that for the people specifically that are listed here, Barry, Steve, Susanna, Lonnie, and Phil, you're gonna abstain for your specific vote.
So noted.
Thank you.
Okay, my next 1, 2, 3, 4 items have appointments to various boards and of the university or entities related to the university, and the appointment of university officers. Each of those resolutions sets forth the person to be elected to a board or to be elected as an officer of the university. And I move all of those individuals into the roles that I just mentioned.
Motion?
Moved.
Second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Those are carried. That is my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Moving to academic affairs, Brett?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under item 9, consideration of tenure, the recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendations of the Academic Affairs, Student Success and Diversity Committee, which met on the 7th, and the President, pursuant to the procedures outlined in Temple University Faculty Handbook and the collective bargaining agreement between Temple University, of the granting faculty tenure, recommend that the Board of Trustees grant tenure to the faculty on the list on file in the Office of Provost. And the tenure dossiers are available for review in the Office of the Provost. I so move.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And item 10 is the transfer of tenured Professor Julie Booth. Recommendation that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendations of the Academic Affairs, Student Success, and Diversity Committee, approve the recommendation of the President for the transfer of tenure of Dr. Julie Booth from the Department of Teaching and Learning in the College of Education and Human Development to the Department of Psychology and Neuroscience in the College of Liberal Arts as described in Agenda Reference 10. And I so move.
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 11 is the academic programs actions. The recommendation at the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Academic Affairs, Student Success, and Diversity Committee, authorize the officers to implement the academic program actions as described in Agenda Reference 11. And I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Chair, I can continue.
Yeah.
Under the External Affairs and Development Committee, item 12 is ratification of the establishment of the EPS Undergraduate Scholarship Fund. And I'll read the whereas here. Whereas during her lifetime, President Joanne A. Epps served as a model of leadership and mentorship with an unwavering belief that education is a powerful catalyst for positive social change. Her impact on Temple students across campus changed lives. To honor her commitment and passion for supporting students, the university has established the Joanne A. Epps Endowed Undergraduate Scholarship to provide financial assistance to Temple students who embody her spirit of pursuing accomplishment for the greater good. There's a point of personal privilege before reading the recommendation. A thank you to our chair and vice chair, Mitch and Phil, for leading the effort. 100% of the trustees have supported this, and this will go down as one of the largest, not the largest, endowed scholarships in the university's history. And I think I easily speak for everyone saying it is absolutely the thing that we should do to honor Joanne. With that, I read the recommendation that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendations of the External Affairs and Development Committee and the Gift Acceptance Committee, recommend that the Board of Trustees ratify the naming of the Joanne A. Epps Endowed Undergraduate Scholarship as described in Agenda Reference 12. And I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's the end of my report.
Thank you. Moving to finance and investment, trustee Coe.
Recommendation 13, that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, authorizes the officers to amend the investment policy statement to reflect revisions to the investment management agreement as described in the Agenda Reference 13.
So moved.
Motion? Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Number 14, the Board of Trustees, on the recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, authorize the officers to enter into a collective bargaining agreement with the Temple Association of University Professionals with a term running from September 16, 2024 until May 31, 2028, and otherwise on the material terms set forth in Agenda Reference 14, provided, however, that this recommendation is contingent upon and subject to the ratification of said new CBA by the membership of TAUP on or prior to October 18th.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 15, that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, authorize the officers to execute a bond refunding transaction as described in Agenda Reference 15.
Move it.
A motion and a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 16, that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, authorize the officers to proceed with the buyout of the leasehold interest in 1900 Leocoris Wall at a cost not to exceed $13,275,748, with the funding and financing source being the university reserves as described in Agenda Reference 16.
So moved. Do we have a second? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
17, that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, authorize the officers to proceed with the renovations to the Ritter Hall Annex switch gears and AC2 renewal project at a cost not to exceed $3.5 million, as described further in Agenda Reference 17.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, the reports of the standing committees that met during this period can be found in tabs 18 to 22.
Great. Officers report, treasurer's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I bring one recommendation to the committee, the recommendation that the investigative reports for the 3 months ended June 30, 2024 be received. Said reports being included and identified in Agenda Reference 23.
A motion
So moved.
and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Secretary's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve degrees in course as follows. Presentation of degrees in course dated December 18, 2024 to candidates approved by the appropriate academic committees of the faculty, and presentation of degrees in course for the School of Law candidates who regularly complete their studies in December to be dated January 16, 2025.
Move it.
And a second. Do we have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, I regret to inform you that we are first and foremost a university, and that guest speaker faculty Senate President Shorey Amini had to go teach her class. And that Chapel Student Government President Ray Epstein is in class. They are not with us.
Teaching and being a student is more important than. So
I think they don't skip to watch the Phillies game.
So, is there any old or new business? Hearing any, I'll move for adjournment.
So move.
So move.
Everyone, this has been a very
Thank you.
good week. Good